Hey there, my amazing book club friends. I'm so excited to chat with you today about a book that absolutely captivated me. A hidden gem called Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lord. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably love a good Regency era story. Full of elegant balls, dashing lures, and witty banter, right? But what if I told you this book takes all of that and flips it on its head, giving us a heroine who's anything but typical? That's precisely why I picked it up, and honestly, it's a book that truly gets under your skin in the best possible way. So let me tell you about Lady Petra Forsyth. She's not your average Duke's daughter waiting for a proposal. From the very beginning, you realize she's different. She prefers to ride horses astride, not side saddle, and she's constantly asking her modest to sew pockets into her dresses because, well, pockets are simply a necessity. Can you imagine the scandal in 1815? But Petra is fiercely independent, and she's already made a bold, almost unheard of decision. She's chosen to remain unmarried, to become a spinster by choice. Why? Because she understands that marriage in her time means a woman becomes the property of her husband, losing control over her money, her body, and her decisions. She inherited her own fortune from her late mama, and she intends to keep it. This really sets the stage for her story, because it immediately puts her at odds with society's rigid expectations, especially with her rather disagreeable uncle Tobias, who constantly criticizes her unlawlike state and calls her an obstinate daughter. Now, the story really kicks off when Petra learns some unsettling news. Her dear friend, Lady Gwen Milford, supposedly died weeks ago after some kind of fit, but then Gwen's former footman Martin, who Petra describes as exceedingly trustworthy, claims he saw Lady Milford alive just 2 days prior. Wait, might let her old footman lie? You might ask. Well, he wasn't lying. This is where the plot thickens and gets seriously dark. Petra, fueled by her inherent curiosity and a sense of unease, starts to investigate. She soon uncovers a chilling truth about a man named Mr. Drysdale and a place called Fairwinds. Initially, it's presented as a peaceful place for women to recover their health in the country, but Petra quickly discovers it's anything but. Through a series of tense encounters and shocking revelations, particularly with Mr. Drysdale himself and Lady Potsford, who is terrified that her ward, Miss Arabella Littlewood, is being forced into a marriage with Drysdale. Petra learns that Fairwinds is actually a sinister asylum for the insane, a place where men can pay to make difficult, unfeminine, or financially inconvenient women disappear. Women are sent there for reasons like sapphic tendencies or inability to control temper, and Drysdale performs cruel experiments on them. It's heartbreaking to read about, honestly. We learn that poor Lady Thacker, whom everyone believed had passed from a miasma, is actually imprisoned at Fairwinds, suffering from what sounds like real mental illness, but still subjected to Drysdale's cruel treatments. And even worse, Martin, the loyal footman, who knew too much, is brutally murdered by Drysdale. So how does she possibly get out of this mess? Right? Because believe me, the stakes get incredibly personal. Her uncle Tobias, who is deeply in debt and wants Petra's inheritance for himself, actually conspires with Drysdale to have Petra committed to Fairwinds too. He drugs her wine and she wakes up restrained in a whitewashed room, realizing she's become a prisoner in the very place she was investigating. But here's where Petra's incredible strength and her amazing network of allies truly shine. There's Mrs. Nance, the compassionate housekeeper at Fairwinds, who secretly helps Gwen escape and later aids Petra. There's Teddy, the street urchin Petra has befriended, who proves to be incredibly loyal and observant, acting as her eyes and ears in London. And then there's Duncan Shawcross. Petra and Duncan have a very complicated past. They were childhood friends, but a terrible fight pushed them apart for 3 years. Petra initially suspects him of betraying her most private secrets to Drysdale. Did he really betray her? You might be wondering. Well, it turns out he didn't. Duncan, who has always loved Petra, proves his unwavering loyalty, explaining how his own unsent letters kept their friendship in limbo and clarifying that her cousin Linley forged letters in Petra's hand to mislead others about her whereabouts. He arrives just in time to help her escape Fairwinds. The escape sequence is intense. Lady Thacker creates a chaotic diversion. Mrs. Nance helps Petra unlock her restraints and guides her to safety. And Petra, in a moment of sheer fury and self-defense, confronts Drysdale, using her strength and wit to literally slam his head against the brick wall of Fairwinds, ensuring he can harm anyone else. Duncan then arrives to secure Drysdale, and they escape together. The reunion with her father is also incredibly moving. He finally acknowledges his error in trusting Tobias and Drysdale, begging Petra's forgiveness and reaffirming his faith in her. Ultimately, Lady Petra, with the support of her amazing friends Annie, Caroline, Frances, Laddie, and even the formidable Duchess of Hillmorton, brings justice to Fairwinds. The evidence Petra gathered from Drysdale's hidden ledger, detailing the horrible fates of the imprisoned women and the powerful men who sent them there, is presented to the Duchess. The Duchess, a woman of immense influence, uses her connections to ensure Drysdale faces justice, and believe me, he does, and Fairwinds is transformed into a benevolent place of healing and refuge for women who truly need it. Even Gwen recovers and dedicates herself to helping other women at the newly transformed Fairwinds. What I really took away from Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lord is its powerful message. It's a brilliant exploration of female agency and resilience in a world designed to suppress women. It shows that madness was often a convenient label used to control women. But it also celebrates the strength found in solidarity and defying societal expectations. For anyone who's ever felt unheard, underestimated, or pressured to conform, Petra's story is a rallying cry. It reminds us that our voices matter, our choices are valid. And true strength isn't about fighting in, but about fighting for what's right, even when it's scary. This book is for anyone who loves a good historical mystery with a strong, intelligent heroine who isn't afraid to get her hands dirty and challenge the status quo. It will make you laugh, gasp, and cheer, and leave you feeling truly inspired. Trust me, you'll want to dive into Lady Petra's adventures.